Quick Maths Tips TikTok problem solving videos.
There are 60 people in a choir. Half of the people in the choir are women. Now you already know the total amount. The total amount is 60. Half of 60 is going to be 30. That means there are 30 women. The number of women is 3 times the number of men. So to work out the number of men, you're going to do women divided by 3. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So that means there are 10 men. The rest of the people are children. So we've got 30 plus 10, which is 40 adults so far. 60 take away 40 is equal to 20. That means there are going to be 20 children. So you now know the amount of men, women, and children in the choir. Now it says the number of children ratio the number of men is n to 1. So children ratio men is 20 ratio 10. You want it to be in the ratio n ratio 1. So you need this number, the men, to become 1. How do you get from 10 to 1? You divide it by 10. I'm going to divide this side by 10 as well. 20 divided by 10 is 2. So the ratio is 2 to 1, where n is equal to 2. Donna says the mean weight of 10 bricks is less than 7 kg. Is she correct? So to work out if she's correct or not, we need to work out the actual mean weight. So we've got our red bricks. Mean means an average. So on average, each of these 4 red bricks weigh 5 kg. On average, all 4 of them weigh 5 kg. So we're going to work out the total weight of all of the red bricks. So there are 4 of them. Each of them weigh 5 kg on average. So 4 multiplied by 5 is 20 kg. So the total weight of all of the red bricks is 20 kg. Now we're going to do the same thing for the blue bricks. There are 5 of them and they have a mean weight of 9. So 5 multiplied by 9 is going to be 45 kg. And we're going to do the same thing for the green. There is only 1 green brick and it has a mean weight of 6. So 1 multiplied by 6 is 6 kg. Now we're going to add the total weights of all 10 of them together. There are 10 bricks. 4 add 5 add 1 is 10. So 20 add 45 add 6 is going to be 71. So they all have a total weight of 71 kg. Now to work out the mean, I'm going to do the total weight divided by the total amount of bricks. There are 10 bricks. So 71 divided by 10 is equal to 7.1. So on average, there are 7.1 kg each. Now she said the mean weight is less than 7 kg. So she's wrong because the mean weight is 7.1 kg. So she is incorrect. And that's it because you've shown all your working out. Okay. YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so the diagram shows a right angle triangle. All the measurements are in centimeters. The area of the triangle is 27.5 centimeters squared. How do you work out the area of a right angle triangle? You do base multiplied by height divided by 2 is equal to area. So we're going to use that formula. We're going to substitute these lengths in terms of algebra into this formula. So your base is going to be x plus 4. Your height is going to be x minus 2. And this divided by 2 is going to give you your area of the triangle, which is 27.5 centimeters squared. The first thing I'm going to do in this equation is I'm going to multiply the 2 on both sides of the equation to get rid of the denominator. So the divided by 2 and multiplied by 2 cancels out, and I'm left with x plus 4 and x minus 2 is equal to 55. Now I'm going to expand out these double brackets, so I'm going to get x squared plus 4x minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 55. I'm going to simplify this, so x squared plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 55. This is a quadratic equation, so I need the equation to equal to 0. I will subtract 55 on both sides, and I get x squared plus 2x minus 63 is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation, so I need to factorize it into double brackets. Your factors of 63 are going to be 9 and 7. It's plus 2, so it's going to be plus 9 and minus 7. So in my brackets, I'm going to have x plus 9 and x minus 7 is equal to 0. But I need to solve it to work out what x is. So x is equal to minus 9 and x is equal to positive 7. Now you can only have one solution and a length cannot be negative, so therefore x is equal to 7 because a length cannot be negative. Now what is the question asking you? So you don't stop there because the question is asking you what is the length of the shortest side. So I've got x plus 4 or I've got x minus 2. So x minus 2 is going to be the shortest side. So in place of x, replace it with 7. So 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. So the shortest side is going to be 5 centimeters. Okay, make sure you read the question to make sure you're answering it as well and you don't just work out x. Okay, YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more. Thank you. When you have indices outside the brackets, they're going to multiply with the indices inside. So 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. So this is going to be p to the power 10. Now here you're going to break it down. You're going to do 12 divided by 6, which is going to be 2. You're going to do x to the power 7 divided by x to the power 3. Now, when you're dividing your big number, your indices subtract. So 7 take away 3 is 4, so x to the power 4. And you've got y to the power 3 divided by y. Now, when there is no indice, there's always an invisible 1. So you got y to the power 3 divided by y to the power 1, which is going to be y to the power 2. And that's going to be a final answer. Okay? YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more. Thank you. In order to change a recurring decimal into a fraction, first you're going to label it as x. So x is equal to 0.418. So only the 1 and the 8 in this question are recurring. I'm going to work out 10x, which is going to be 4.18 recurring. I'm going to work out 100x, which is going to be 41.81 recurring. And I'm going to work out 1000x, which is going to be 418.18 recurring. Now I'm going to see which two are matching with what's after the decimal point because I need the recurrings to cancel out. So after 10x and 1000x are matching because they both have 18 recurring after the decimal point. So I've got 1000x, which is 418.18. Take away 10x, which is 4.18 recurring. So the 18 recurring take away 18 recurring cancels each other out. And 418 take away 4 is 414. And 1000x take away 10x is equal to 990x. Now 990x is equal to 414. I want to make x the subject of the formula. So I divide it by 990 on both sides. And I'm going to be left with x is equal to 414 over 990. And that's my final answer. Okay. Because this is non-calculator, you don't need to simplify it any further. You can leave it as 414 over 990. Okay, YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so to rationalize this denominator, we need to multiply the top and the bottom of the fraction by root 11. So 22 multiplied by root 11 is going to be 22 root 11. And root 11 times root 11 is going to cancel out the root and just give you 11. You can simplify this because 22 divided by 11 is 2. So you are left with 2 root 11 as your final answer. Now I'm going to rationalize this one. In order to rationalize this, you've got root 3 over 2 root 3 minus 1. You need to multiply the top and the bottom by 2 root 3 plus 1. If there's a negative at the bottom, multiply the top and the bottom by a positive. If there's a positive at the bottom, multiply the top and the bottom by a negative. So mini subheading for top of the fraction, we've got root 3 and you're multiplying it with 2 root 3 plus 1. Root 3 multiplied by 2 root 3 is going to be 2 times 3. And root 3 multiplied by 1 is going to be root 3. 2 times 3 is 6, so the top of your fraction is going to be 6 plus root 3. And then you're going to expand out the bottom of your fraction, which is going to be 2 root 3 minus 1 and 2 root 3 plus 1. 2 root 3 times 2 root 3, 2 times 2 is 4. Root 3 times root 3 is 3, so 4 times 3. 2 root 3 times 1 is going to be plus 2 root 3. Minus 1 times 2 root 3 is going to be minus 2 root 3. And minus 1 times plus 1 is minus 1. Plus 2 root 3 and minus 2 root 3 cancel out. 12 take away 1 simplifies to give you 11. Now the top of your fraction is going to be 6 plus root 3. And the bottom of your fraction is going to be 11. And this is the format that they wanted it in because they wanted a plus root 3 divided by b. A being 6 and b being 11. Okay? YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 7 on both sides to get rid of the fraction, to take the denominator to the other side. So multiply it by 7. The 11 and the minus x multiplied by 7, not just one of them. So 9 plus x is equal to 7 bracket 11 minus x. Now I can expand this bracket, so I'm left with 9 plus x is equal to 77 minus 7x. Now I want to group my x's together, so I'm going to add the 7x on both sides of the equation. So I'm left with 9 plus 8x is equal to 77. Then I'm going to subtract 9 on both sides of the equation, so I get 8x is equal to 68. I want to make x a subject, so I divided by 8 on both sides of the equation. This came on a paper 3, so it's a calculated question. I divided by 8 on both sides, and I get x is equal to 8.5. Okay? Now for the next question, when you're dividing, your indices subtract. So you've got 3 here and you've got 2 here. 3 take away 2 is 1, so this cancels out. and you're left with just 4 bracket y plus 3. That's it. That's your final answer. Because there's now a 1 at the bottom. So it's like this. So 4y plus 3, y plus 3, and y plus 3. Divided by this 2 at the bottom, y plus 3, y plus 3. So matching bracket from the top and the bottom cancel out. So these two cancel out. So you're literally just left with 4 bracket y plus 3 at the top. And you don't need to write 1 at the bottom. Okay? That's it. The top question was 3 marks and the bottom question was 1 mark. YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so this is a parallelogram here. So opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. I know that's 117. These are parallel lines, which means this angle and this angle are co-interior. Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. So to work out this angle here, I need to do 180, take away 117, which is 63 degrees because co-interior angles equal to 180. Okay, next step is I need to work out what this full angle, the interior angle of a pentagon, is equal to. So first and foremost, to work out what the exterior angle is, I know 360 divided by the number of sides is equal to the exterior angle. So this shape has 5 sides. I'm going to do 360 divided by 5, which is equal to 72 degrees. So the exterior angle is going to be 72 degrees. Exterior and interior angles lie on a straight line. So 180 take away 72 degrees is equal to 108 degrees. So the interior of a pentagon is 108 degrees. All of them are 108 degrees. That's 108 degrees. That's 108 degrees. That means these two put together are also going to be 108 degrees. So to work out x, I will do 108, take away 63, which is going to be 45 degrees. So your missing angle x is going to be 45 degrees. Okay? YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so in this question, I'm going to create a tree and I'm going to convert everything into fractions, and I need to have my final answer as a fraction as well. So there are people, for their first choice, they had soup or prawns. Once they had their first choice, they could either choose from lasagna or curry. So lasagna or curry. So I've created this tree by myself. Now, in the question, you've been given ratios. You're going to convert your ratios into fractions. So 2 plus 3 is 5 parts. So the ratio of soup is 2 out of 5 and prawns is 3 out of 5. You're going to do the same thing with the second two ratios. So this is 5 out of 8 and this is 3 out of 8. This is 1 out of 6 and this is 5 out of 6. Now the question says what fraction of the people chose curry? So you're going to do soup multiplied by curry and prawn multiplied by curry, and then you're going to add them two together. So 2/5 multiplied by 3/8 is going to give you 6 over 40. You can simplify that to give you 3 over 20. Then you're going to do 3/5 multiplied by 5/6, which is going to be 15 over 30, which you can simplify to give you a half. Once you've got both your fractions, you're going to add them two together. So 3 over 20 plus 1/2. You're going to make the denominator the same. So 3 plus 10 over 20, which is going to simplify to give you 13 over 20, and that's your final answer. So what fraction of the people chose curry? Your final answer is going to be 13 out of 20. Okay? YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Prove algebraically that the sum of the squares of any two consecutive even numbers is a multiple of 4. Your first even number in algebraic proof is going to be 2n. It's not n because n could be odd or even. It's 2n because any number multiplied by 2 is automatically even. Now consecutive means one after another. So the even number straight after this is going to be 2n plus 2. Now the question says the sum, so we are adding the sum of the squares, so we are squaring both of these numbers. So prove that the sum of the squares of two consecutive even numbers is always a multiple of 4. So let's start working this out. 2 squared is 4, n squared is n squared. So 4n squared plus, this is going to be double brackets, 2n plus 2, 2n plus 2. I'm going to expand them out. So you've got your 4n squared already. 2n times 2n is 4n squared. 2n times 2 is plus 4n, plus another 4n plus 4. Now we're going to group together our like terms. So that gives you 8n squared plus 8n plus 4. Now the question says prove it's a multiple of 4. So to prove that, you're going to factorize it by 4. So pull 4 outside of the single bracket. So 8n squared divided by 4 is 2n squared, 8n divided by 4 is 2n, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. Once you've pulled out 4 from a single bracket, you just say therefore multiple of 4, and there's your proof. Okay? YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more. Thank you! Y is inversely proportional to the square of x. Inverse proportion is k divide. So y is equal to k divided by the square of x, so x squared. Substitute in your values, 8 and 2.5. So 8 is equal to k divided by 2.5 squared. You need to make k the subject, so multiply by 2.5 squared on both sides of the equation. So k is equal to 50. This is a calculator question. You can just plug that into your calculator. Once you've got k, substitute it back into your original equation. So y is equal to 50 divided by x squared. Now it says find the value of x when y is equal to 8 over 9. So 8 over 9 is equal to 50 over x squared. You're going to multiply by x squared on both sides. So 8 over 9 times x squared is equal to 50. So you need to divide it by 8 over 9 on both sides. So x squared is equal to 50 divided by 8 over 9. And you need to square root your answer. So a is equal to the square root of 50 divided by 8 over 9. If you plug that in your calculator, you get x is equal to 7.5. But the question says find the negative value. So if 7.5 times 7.5 gives you a square number, then minus 7.5 times minus 7.5 also gives you an answer. So your answer is going to be minus 7.5. That is your negative value. Okay, make sure you write minus in your final answer because it says find the negative answer. YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to do a functions question. This is an inverse function because it's f to the power minus 1. So the first step is make the equation equal to y. So 2x cubed minus 4 is equal to y. That's your first step done. Your second step is to make x the subject. So I'm going to add 4 on both sides. 2x cubed is equal to y, add 4. Your next step is to keep rearranging and make x the subject. So divided by 2 on both sides. X cubed is equal to y plus 4 divided by 2. And then x is equal to y plus 4 divided by 2 cube rooted. Now your last step is to replace the y with x. So f minus 1x is equal to the cube root of x plus 4 divided by 2. Now it says show that f minus 150 is equal to 3. So if I substitute in 50, my answer should be 3. So let's try it. So I'm going to do f minus 150. So I'm going to do the cube root of 50 plus 4 divided by 2. I'm replacing the x with 50. 50 add 4 is going to be 54. So the cube root of 54 divided by 2. 54 divided by 2 is 27. So I'm doing the cube root of 27, which is equal to 3. Therefore, f minus 150 is equal to 3. And I've just proved it in my working out. Okay? Now, for the next question, it says find the values for x where h, g, x. So I'm putting the g equation into the h equation. I'm putting the g equation into the h equation. So I'm doing x plus 2 squared. And it is equal to this equation here, 3x squared plus x minus 1. I'm going to write it as double brackets. X plus 2 is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 1. I'm going to expand these double brackets out. So it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 1. Then I'm going to simplify this, so it becomes x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 1. I'm going to make the equation equal to 0 because it's a quadratic, so do this equation, take away this equation. 3x squared take away 1x squared is 2x squared, x take away 4x is equal to minus 3x, and minus 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 5 equals 0. Now I'm going to do the ABC method to factorize this into double brackets. So a times c is 10. Factors are 2 and 5. So 2x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 5. Factorize it. Split it down the middle. So x bracket 2x minus 5. Repeated bracket on the other side, 2x minus 5. And plus 1 on the other side. Your final brackets are 2x plus 5 and x plus 1 equals 0. So your solutions are x is 5 over 2 and x equals negative 1. So I did harder factorizing to get from here to my two solutions. Okay, YouTube link in my bio, subscribe for more longer videos. Thank you. Okay, now, in order to divide fractions, I'm going to keep change flip. So the first one stays the same. 7x minus 14 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 12. And I change it to a multiply, and the second one flips over. So x cubed minus 36x divided by x minus 6. I'm going to simplify everything into single brackets or double brackets. So 7x minus 14 is going to be 7 bracket x minus 2. That one's done. The next one, x squared plus 4x minus 12. So your factors of 12 are going to be 2 and 6. So x plus 6x minus 2. Now I'm going to factorize x cubed minus 36x. I can factorize it by x. So x bracket x squared minus 36. Now I'm left with difference of two squares. A square number take away a square number. So I'm going to get double brackets of x plus 6 and x minus 6. And here this x minus 6 stays like that. So now I'm going to write it. Now once I've simplified each thing individually, so I factorized each thing. I factorized that, and that didn't need factorizing. I'm going to write it as one big fraction. So 7x minus 14 simplified to give me 7 bracket x minus 2 multiplied by x cubed minus 36x gave me x bracket x plus 6x minus 6. And the bottom of the fraction, this one here, x squared plus 4x minus 12 gave me x plus 6x minus 2. And this one here stayed x minus 6. Now that's my one big fraction. Now matching brackets at the top and the bottom cancel out. X minus 2 cancels out, x plus 6 cancels out, and x minus 6 cancels out. I am left with 7 multiplied by x, which is just going to be 7x. Now in the question it said showed that it simplifies to give you 8x, where 8 is an integer. So we've got our final answer, which is just going to be 7x. Okay, YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you. Okay, so you've got your probability tree diagram in this question. It says calculate the probability she's going to be late on exactly one of the 2 days. So you've got two options: the probability that she's late on Monday and not late on Tuesday, or the probability that she's not late on Monday and late on Tuesday, because this is the probability she's late on exactly one of the days, either Monday or Tuesday. So late and not late is 0.07 multiplied by 0.98. Plug that in your calculator, you get 0.0686. The probability she's not late multiplied by late, so 0.93 multiplied by 0.11 is 0.1023. Now you want to add your probabilities together because she could be late on Monday or she could be late on Tuesday. So 0.0686 plus 0.1023. Plug that into your calculator and you're going to get 0.1709 as your final answer. Okay, 0.1709. YouTube link in my bio. Subscribe for more. Thank you.